Our starting point was to rethink the retail space as not just a place where to showcase products, but a place where we can connect the dots between the Ferrari aesthetic and values and multiple disciplines from architecture to visual showcase to the collections.
When we started working on this, for us, it was important that our intervention was not only about the display of products, but thinking more, almost borrowing from the museum space and create displays that becomes more exhibition environments.
But of course, it's not an exhibition environment, it's a store. So for us, it was also important to respect as much as possible all the elements that are really belonging to that environment. So the shelving, the counter, but still adding a layer that is much more about showing than selling.
Talking about craftsmanship was very interesting, the lens we applied to this kind of world, because obviously for Ferrari, craftsmanship is fundamental, is something we must improve and inject into everything we do every day. But of course, craftsmanship for Ferrari has a very specific way, no? Is the human science applied to technology. And what was very fascinating is the way we highlighted this part of our journey.
Research is something that we really witness a lot in our practice, and we try to embed it as much as possible in the display we created for Ferrari, really looking at all those codes that are really part of the Ferrari heritage.
This collaboration was particularly productive because it is very important when you work with somebody to have a very specific playground. And I think with the many years you have been working with Ferrari, you established very precise codes that for us was also fun to implement in our own work in the displays for the store.
Yeah, for instance, the lunotto, or one of the elements that we like the most, of course, the red color that we added as almost a lipstick in the object. And all those metal components, they are both part of the object because, of course, they need to be together, but also, of course, of the Ferrari cars.
All those elements are also coming from our archive. It is a very beautiful treasures of pictures and stories that I used to look at every time I start a creative journey. And this time was also very interesting to understand the bonding between Ferrari and London. And it was very fascinating to find pictures of music royalty, such as Kate Bush, Jamiroquai, Eric Clapton, the Beatles, and also, of course, the legacy with Silverstone, a very important iconic place for Grand Prix. This is part of a long journey that can speak about the Ferrari ecosystem, the lifestyle Ferrari that was always part of our journey. And what we are doing is to give it life, creating a space and a place where we can narrate this journey, not just showcasing product, but making people aware of this idea of lifestyle that Ferrari is able to express.
When you first shared the mood board with us, we were totally impressed by the legacy of the relationship with British culture. And I think all these different layers, all these different stories, we try to implement it in the store. But it's really conceived almost as a gallery.
Ferrari is a brand with a very strong legacy with Italian culture, also has a very important meaning for many, many people. And we allowed the brand to expand itself. So this was the most fascinating part for me to work with you, giving to me, but also to the brand, the opportunity to add a value, adding voices, adding a point of view. I conceive it as the opportunity to add a layer, to inject to the brand an additional lens, speaking about culture, speaking about a very beautiful discipline that is the art of showcasing. You have the ability to connect the dots. You are the best in class in doing this. So I would like to thank you for this.
Well, thank you for having us. I think it was an extraordinary opportunity. And also, it is not very often that happens that you have given space to express your own ideas. And I think this is what happened. And we thought that that was extremely generous.